wait till the practice is over down there before we get to the scoring.
And here I am stumbling on the side. I'll be stumbling. Okay, you're fine. Just keep going. All right. You know where I'm going.
All right, ladies, you can begin your matches.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Bowl TV. This is Matt Canizaro alongside Aaron Smith, and we are at the ITRC, International Training and Research Center here in Arlington, Texas. It is the final day of competition at the 2017 Prairie View A&M Invitational. We've got 12 of the best NCAA women's bowling programs in the country, and we're down to our final events of the weekend. It is best of 7 Baker bracket match play. And the way that things worked this weekend is all teams bowled 25 Baker games on Friday. That was 5 5-game Baker matches. And they bowled 5 traditional games yesterday and 1 more traditional game this morning. Total pinfall from the 25 Baker games and 6 traditional games determined our seeding 1 through 12. The top 4 teams seeded into one bracket, 5 through 8 in a second bracket, and 9 through 12 in a third bracket. Again, each bracket will bowl best of 7 Baker matches. Only the top 4 teams, however, have a chance to actually win the Prairie View A&M Invitational. That's the way it's set up. Those in the 5 through 8 bracket, best they can do is 5th place. And the third bracket, best they can do is 9th place. But the way it's set up is that each match that these teams bowl also counts toward their overall season records, which is important in the potential eventual selection to the NCAA championships in April. So all teams have bowled 11 matches so far. They've bowled each other 1 time. And now in bracket play, again, each match will count towards their overall season record, and winners will bowl each other. And the losers in each match here also will bowl, so they'll all have 2 more matches here to go on their records for the event. Right now on our featured pairs, 9 through 12 here at the ITRC, we've got Sam Houston State taking on Stephen F. Austin. And our other pair is Fairleigh Dickinson and Maryland Eastern Shore. All past NCAA champions, so expecting 2 great matches here. Again, the best of 7. This is the 5 through 8 bracket. We'll give you a rundown of who qualified where. And our number 1 seed and qualifying leader, Vanderbilt. Number 2, University of Nebraska. Nebraska, the 4-time defending champion here at the Prairie View A&M Invitational. Looking to make it 5 in a row and 5 out of 6. Arkansas State qualified 3rd. McKendree, first-time participant, 4th. So those 4 teams are bowling to our left, and the championship match will be on our featured pairs coming up in the next round. Again, 5th place, Sam Houston State. 6th, Fairleigh Dickinson. 7th, University of Maryland Eastern Shore. 8th place in qualifying, Stephen F. Austin. And then our 9 through 12 bracket includes North Carolina A&T, Jackson State, Prairie View A&M, and Texas Southern. So in our 5 through 8 bracket here, number 5, Sam Houston, taking on number 8, Stephen F. Austin. Number 6, Fairleigh Dickinson, going against number 7, Maryland Eastern Shore. The winners will meet with 5th place on the line, and the rest will fall in accordingly. Again, great storylines. Vanderbilt won this event back in 2012. Looking to get back on top. It's been Nebraska ever since. The Huskers looking for 5 in a row here at the Prairie View. Arkansas State looking for redemption after leading the championship match last year and falling to Nebraska. And finally, McKendree, first-time participant. So we'll see our 1 through 4 bracket on our featured pairs coming up in the next round. But right now, our first 5 through 8 matches. Again, Matt Canizaro alongside Aaron Smith. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the chat room. Is there a link to the standings is the first question. And we do not currently have those available. Aaron Smith is working on getting those digitally. See if we can't post a picture for you on our social media, as we did yesterday. So if you want to visit the Sport of Bowling USBC, we'll at least get a photo for you, and then we'll have the complete standings available in a recap on bowl.com later today. Visit Sport of Bowling USBC. You'll see a link to today's broadcast, and in the comments we have the lane pattern as well as the individual standings already posted.
As Matt does that, we'll take a look here in game number 1. We'll do our best to keep the win-loss totals updated for each of these matches as they complete. Maryland Eastern Shore looking to stay clean here in through 7. Looking to run down the 4-7. 2 early opens for FDU. So they're going to have their work cut out for them here in the back half of the game. Stephen F. Austin clean through 6, looking for a double. Kelsey Anderson runs a little bit high there, leaves the 4-pin. Sam Houston, the first team out of the top 4, looking to hold on to that 5th spot. Open in the 2nd frame for the Bearcats.
All right, so on that Sport of Bowling USBC Facebook page, we do have the qualifying standings, the individual top 6, and a photo of the bracket that we're working on right now.
The ITRC got to choose the starting lane in these matches, and if it gets down to a game 7, they will get lane choice as well. We've seen that strategy come into play in the past here at the Prairie View, so teams definitely taking notes up to these great coaches as well. Sam Houston led by Brad Hagan, Amber and Steve Lemke for Stephen F. Austin, Mike Lepresti for FDU, and Caleb Bandy for Maryland Eastern Shore. Strong finish here by Sam Houston. Going to put some pressure on the final two bowlers of Stephen F. Austin. Can still get to 226 as the Lady Jacks have their first open. Despite staying clean up to that point, the string of strikes at the end of the game. Sam Houston is just going to be count away now. Good count gets him into the 2 teens. From taking the 1-0 advantage here. Max score for Fairleigh Dickinson with the conversion, which they get 191. So Maryland Eastern Shore is going to go up 1-0, already ahead of that number. Final shot for Sam Houston State. This is Heather Panatzer. I believe it was just one spot of the all-tournament team when it's all said and done, finishing 6th overall. Bearcats had one player in the top 5, Madison Keller, finished 2nd overall, I believe. 226 is going to be the number, but Sam Houston up 1-0. Go to some abbreviations after this game just to save space and time when we switch these back and forth. So Sam Houston State's not going to be SHSU, Stephen F. Austin SFA, Fairleigh Dickinson FDU, and Maryland Eastern Shore UMES.
All right, game 2 now underway. Again, best of 7 Baker matches. Sam Houston leading Stephen F. Austin 1-0. Maryland Eastern Shore up 1-0 on Fairleigh Dickinson.
No re-oil prior to the start of this bracket play. Teams got practice and one traditional game pulled on this 36-foot pattern being used all week to start things off. Another 10 minutes of practice prior to the start here. So this transition, something these players have seen all week so far, so it's up to them making the big shots at the right times.
All right, if you're following along at home, off to our left, Nebraska up 1-0 on Arkansas State. And Vanderbilt a field ball away from taking a 1-0 lead over McKendree. Need 8 or better on that field ball. And it's like just enough. So Vanderbilt 1-0 over McKendree. Keep you posted on how that's unfolding. Right now we're watching our 5 through 8 bracket here on our featured pairs. Lanes 9 through 12 at the ITRC.
Sam Houston taking the momentum of their strong finish in game 1 and applying it here in game 2. Early double. Fortunate break just to leave the 10 pin there for Janine Puahara. Nice shot there by Carson Lukosius of Fairleigh Dickinson. Team bounces back nicely after the split in frame 2. Not let this match get away from them too early here. Maryland Eastern Shore off to a nice start. Clean 3-5 with a 3-bagger. The always tricky 2-7-8. For Stephen F. Austin's Krauser, but no problem. Sam Houston State up 12 as they get ready for the 5th frame.
Got a pretty stacked field this week at the Prairie View A&M Invitational. 11 of the top 25 teams and all of the NCAA Women's Bowling Champions in history, dating back to 2004. So this field has gotten more and more talented each year. This is the 6th edition of the event. Eleven players this week averaged 200 or better during 6 games on this 36-foot pattern. But now we're back to the Baker format. Just 2 shots per game per player.
Miscue from Maryland Eastern Shore in the 6th frame, unable to convert the single pin. To give Fairleigh Dickinson the chance to make up some of this deficit. Miscue from Stephen F. Austin. Stephanie Schwartz unable to convert the 10 pin. So Sam Houston in good position to go 2 games, to go up 2 games to nothing. Nebraska looks like they're going to go up 2-0 against Arkansas State. Together a strong effort in game 2. Have already shut out Arkansas State in that match. After a few splits for the Red Wolves. Sam Houston looking locked on both lanes here in the early going. After a rough first day in the win-loss column, going 0-5. The 2014 NCAA champions have gone undefeated since then to improve their record to 6-5 for the week, falling just short of the top 4 to make a run at the title, but hoping to hold on to that 5th spot. Big double for Fairleigh Dickinson to set up the 10th frame, and FDU will have the chance to throw a few strikes in the 10th and win this match. 219 their max total, 217 still available for Maryland Eastern Shore. Jacqueline Rhoda has already delivered the first strike in the 10th. So must strike situation here for FDU.
And to our left, Nebraska not wasting any time. Already up 2-0 on Arkansas State, looking to win this event for the 5th consecutive year.
Maryland Eastern Shore won't lose the count there. So 207 their max score now. FDU essentially wins it with a strike. Nine out would be a tie. Eight spare would be a tie. So Melanie Hannon looking to even this match up. Leans on the 10, that's going to be enough. FDU, strong finish, back 4 to sneak out the W and even their matchup.
Sam Houston now up 2-0. And FDU and Maryland Eastern Shore even, one apiece. Game 3 underway on 9 and 10. Teams switching lanes and ready to begin on 11 and 12. So no messing around. Getting to it in this best of 7 first round of bracket play. You're watching our 5 through 8 bracket. Next round, we'll have our championship match here in our featured pairs. Stephen F. Austin are defending NCAA national champs. And this year's championship event will take place in mid-April. That'll be at the Raising Cane's River Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So these teams all battling for a selection to that event. Stephen F. Austin with the open in frame number 2. Sam Houston a chance to take the lead here early. Sam Houston up 9 after 2 frames. Here in game 3, already up 2-0 in the match. Good question in the chat, is this just a women's tournament? NCAA bowling, yes, just women. We have 12 of the best teams in the country here at the ITRC this week. Down on lanes 3 and 4. Vanderbilt on the way to a 2-0 lead on McKendree. Still a bit of a way to go. It is best of 7. Vandy and Nebraska both looking to be up 2-0 in their matches to our left. They'll be on here on our championship pairs here. Coming up next round.
Some early miscues from both Fairleigh Dickinson and Maryland Eastern Shore here in game 3. Trouble brewing in the 6th for Stephen F. Austin, the 4-6. Looking at their potentially second open. Sam Houston clean through the first 4, and there's their first strike. Looking to make quick work of the Lady Jacks here. Holding lead with a chance to go up 3 games to nothing. That's a 6-7, excuse me, not the 4-6. Taryn Gray delivers the double for Sam Houston. Bearcats rolling right now. Looking to hold on to that 5th spot for the week.
Double there for Stephen F. Austin to keep things a little bit closer here in game 3 against Sam Houston. Sam Houston leads 2-0.
Essentially all tied up here between Fairleigh Dickinson and Maryland Eastern Shore. Double in the 7th and the 8th for FDU, giving them some momentum. 2 opens there. The 9th, Carson Lukosius. Finished on the top 5 overall, the individual side. Gets to the 1-3, but the 7 doesn't fall out.
It's like Nebraska rolling again, Aaron. Going to take a 3-0 lead over Arkansas State. They are not wasting any time. Almost a game ahead of everybody else.
Shot gets wide right for Panatzer, but she'll need just 1 pin out of the 3 standing to shut out Stephen F. Austin. Worst case scenario, they've already got a tie if Stephanie Schwartz throws the next 2 strikes and Heather gets none of them. FDU is going to put up a number to force Maryland Eastern Shore to get to. That's going to be a winner. Sam Houston up 3-0. We have some dedicated trollers in the chat room. Seriously, you got nothing better to do? We'll gladly continue to keep blocking you, but save us all the time. So here's the scenario. 195 max score now for Fairleigh Dickinson. Maryland Eastern Shore will need to find a double. There's one. Jacqueline Rhoda delivers. But depending on count here, so 195, they will need this strike here. Clutch 9th and 10th. Just a matter of pin count now for Maryland Eastern Shore to go up 2-1. All 3 in the 10th, 202 enough. Maryland Eastern Shore up 2-1.
And down in our 1 through 4 bracket, Vanderbilt starting this game with the front 6 before a 9 count. Up 2-0 on McKendree already. Looking like it's going to be 3-0. And Nebraska cruising over Arkansas State. The Red Wolves shooting only .488 their first 3 games. So Nebraska up 3-0. Vanderbilt about to be up 3-0. We'll keep you posted on those matches. Winners will meet here on our featured pair coming up next round.
Consistent effort so far for Sam Houston State. 226, 225, 211 so far here on 9 and 10. Stephen F. Austin start the rally. Team USA and Junior Team USA member Stephanie Schwartz mixes them up for the Lady Jacks. Stephen F. Austin came in as the number 8 seed. If they're able to rally here, they could improve up to 5th by winning their final 2 matches. Got to start with just 1 win here in game number 4 in this best of 7. No room for error the rest of the way out here in the first round.
Sam Houston had an opportunity here to really put the pressure on Stephen F. Austin just to stay alive, and exchanging missed single pins here to keep this match close. Bearcats up 3-0 already. Just looking to end this and get a quick break before the next round. But now down to 3 at the halfway point of game number 4.
Looks like Arkansas State not ready to turn down its title hopes just yet. Looking strong through 6 frames. A few opens from Nebraska. Vanderbilt on cruise control right now.
High game for McKendree so far through 3 is 180. So they're first visit to this event, not ending quite how they'd hoped, I think.
Well, still 3 games, or still not out of it yet. Definitely time to rally, but it's going to be hard to go against what Vanderbilt's been doing the past few days. They've been downright impressive, putting up some big numbers. They definitely seem to have a good feel for what's going on lanes 3 and 4.
Well, Vanderbilt coming in as the top seed, averaging 197.9. 7-4 on the weekend, however. McKendree 9-2 overall. So those win-loss is very important for the overall season.
So 2 opens now for Sam Houston. Stephen F. Austin. Carly Larson looking to cover up the 247. Unable to get the lead pin. So Sam Houston continues to just hang around here. Going to be a match heading into the 9th and 10th. There's Paige Krauser for Stephen F. Austin. The shot crosses over, leaves the 5-pin. So Sam Houston will have the opportunity to throw the next 4 strikes and shut out. We'll start with their member of Team USA and Junior Team USA, Stephanie Zavala. Stephanie delivers. Nice shot from FDU's Laura Branch, 3 in a row. For the Knights. Just the one open for Maryland Eastern Shore, but they're going to have to make that up and possibly get some help along the way, too. Stephanie Schwartz looking to put the pressure on. Doubles big here. Force Sam Houston to get at least one. That ball's gonna have to hustle. Leaves the washout in the 9th. FDU in great position to tie this match up here. Stephen F. Austin count away from staying alive in this match. Don't even need count now. Lady Jacks on the board.
All right, Arkansas State also breaking through against Nebraska. So that match now going to be 3-1. Stephen F. Austin finishes with 186. First win of this match. Sam Houston looking at a split here. Gonna finish things up and have a 3-1 advantage. Game 5 coming up next. 1:45 effort. They're gonna switch lanes. See if the Bearcats can end this. 2:48 for Fairleigh Dickinson to even that match. Maryland Eastern Shore, best they can do, 192. 2-2, game 5 for them. Moments away. right, game 5 on both pairs now. Again, Sam Houston up 3-1. Maryland Eastern Shore, FDU tied 2 apiece. This is our 5 through 8 bracket here at the 2017 Prairie View A&M Invitational. Next round, we will have the top 4 seeds, including our championship match, of course. Appreciate everybody tuning in. This is Matt Canizaro and Aaron Smith. Been here all weekend long. 25 Baker games Friday, 5 traditional team games yesterday. 1 more team game this morning before we get into our 3 best-of-7 Baker brackets. All right, another miscue on the single pin, but FDU out ahead after 3 frames here. Match tied 2-2.
Still in game 4 between Vanderbilt and McKendree. Vanderbilt finally showing some weakness here. Few splits. McKendree clean through 7. Looks like they're going to be in pretty good shape to win that one and avoid getting swept.
All right, good count has Sam Houston in control against Stephen F. Austin. 3-pin lead. FDU up 12 after 3 frames.
The right lane has been the winner every game so far on 11 and 12, so teams have exchanged victories. after an early double. FDU looking at a potential second open through 5 frames. Melanie Hannon leaving the 4-7-10. Miscue from Maryland Eastern Shore. Gives back some of that advantage.
Arkansas State putting up a big 4-bagger to get to the halfway point of this game against Nebraska. So not backing down. Nebraska up 3-1.
It's just about official. McHenry's going to get the win to avoid it getting swept, stay alive in that match.
Kendry on the board against Vanderbilt. That one now will go to a game 5.
Maryland Eastern Shore is starting to find some momentum on lane 12. It's been everybody's good lane so far, despite 2 missed single pins. The Hawks are making their move, looking for 4 in a row. Gonna let Fairleigh Dickinson hang around the 6-7-10. Big frame here for Stephen F. Austin. Can this match up here, that one's going to have to get back, does not. FDU takes the lead back in this match. As Laura Branch delivers the strike in the 8th frame. Shayna Saras for Maryland Eastern Shore. Big 9th frame to keep this one close. This one coming down to the 10th. Nice cover by Larson for Stephen F. Austin on the washout. But Heather Panatzer can step up here in the 10th. and shut out Stephen F. Austin. First strike in the 10th. It gets him close. He would just need a decent count on the fill ball, or on the second shot. But this one gets him a step closer. Now in the 2 teams, 8 will be enough. I should say 8 spare would be enough. And disaster in the 9th for FDU. .176 finish. Despite the big 4, Melanie Hannon's going to have the chance to step up here in the 10th to get the W.
How about Arkansas State to our left, Aaron? Taking another game against Nebraska. That match now 3-2. Last year, Arkansas State was up 3-1 in the championship match. Ended up losing to the Huskers. So redemption possibly unfolding here. And down on the far end, Vanderbilt still up 3-1 on McKendree. Game 5 coming up next.
Sam Houston State got enough on their second shot. So they are going to be victorious, going to have a chance to hold on to that 5 seed. Just a matter of who they'll be facing next, FDU or Maryland Eastern Shore. Melanie Hannon needs the first 2 strikes and 8 for the win. Gonna catch a break, crossing over. .225, 211. The final tally as Stephen F. Austin defeats, or Sam Houston, excuse me, defeats Stephen F. Austin.
All right, big shot coming up here for FDU. Got to have this one. MES 176 already done. Possible 179 here for Fairleigh Dickinson.
Takes advantage of the break. Turns it into a double. Now 7 will be enough.
Clutch shot. Big opportunity here to go up 3-2. Good adjustment after the crossover.
Yeah, that's obviously you got one other shot on this lane, but trusting the move or trusting the shot, knowing it was a bad shot, whatever it may have been, but couldn't have thrown it any better given that second chance. Now Melanie just needs count here.
Another no-doubter. And the win for FDU, 179-176. And a 3-2 advantage. Game 6, moments away. All right, game 6 underway here. FDU, Maryland Eastern Shore. FDU up 3-2. And a pair opens the start here, so UMES up 1 pin after the opening frame. Pair opens here to start game 6 for Maryland Eastern Shore. Chance for FDU. Take a 10-pin lead. First spare of the game. To our left, Nebraska striking in 4 of the first 5 frames. Taking advantage over Arkansas State at the halfway point. That match 3-2 Nebraska right now. MES, best way to not have to shoot a spare is to strike, doubling up there. 3rd and 4th frames.
It's their All-American, Saras, delivering. FDU was the first to figure out a way to win on the left lane. Can they get one more here on the right to wrap this up in 6? Well, Maryland Eastern Shore keep it going with 3 in a row. Force a deciding game 7.
How about that momentum shift? Just like that, after the pair opens, 3 strikes. UMES is fired up. FDU having to play catch up after that emotional win in game 5.
Definitely a game of momentum swings and being able to manage them. The key. Alessa Johnson of UMES keeping it going for the Hawks. If we do get to game 7, FDU, the higher seed, they would get lane choice.
Nebraska cruising against Arkansas State this game. Looking to get back to the championship match and have a shot at winning this thing for the 5th consecutive year. Halfway through this match on our featured pair, rather than Eastern Shore of 21.
Looks like Nebraska will have the opportunity to make it 5 consecutive Prairie View A&M titles. If they split in the 9th frame, I believe Arkansas State has fallen out of wood. And Nebraska now await the winner of Vanderbilt and McKendree. So Maryland Eastern Shore, a few frames ahead here, makes it a little tough to determine the actual difference, but we'll know max scores, so that's going to be our best way to determine the difference. So we'll let FDU finish up. Tough break there for Amy Caruso, 7-10. Max score for FDU, 202 with the final 5 strikes. That is the same max for Maryland Eastern Shore with the conversion and 3 strikes in the 10th.
All right, Aaron, Nebraska shoots 245 to take down Arkansas State after the 2-game win. Rally for the Red Wolves. Best they can get to is 178. And down on the far end, McKendree rallying late against Vanderbilt. Going to force another game in that match and take the Commodores to 3-2. McKendree didn't want their first trip to this event to end just yet, or their first chance at a win. But now we got the exciting 10th frame coming up here on our featured pair. Then we'll turn our attention down to the low end.
Trouble in the 10th for Maryland Eastern Shore. That one doesn't make it up the hill. 2-4, 8-10. 3 will be 177. Means FDU will have to find a double. And they're going to have to do it in the 10th now. Takes the 3, 177. Nothing left to do and wait for the Hawks. Coach Kayla Bandy talking to her players, talking about adjustments if they get one more here. So Melanie Hannon in a similar situation last game. Ended up going Brooklyn the first shot, but made the adjustment through the next two to put FDU up 3-2. Now she can collect the victory with one more double. Must have strike or we're going to 7. Talk about a great shot right there. Hannon delivers the first, the former junior Team USA member. Needs one more and 6. Otherwise, we will have a Game 7 here on Bowl TV. Thanks again, everyone, for stopping by. We won't be done. We still have the championship round. We'll have the top 4 qualifiers come to our feature pairs, and we will crown the champion right here live. You'll be able to check out a recap on bowl.com. It's all said and done, but right now, lane 12, FDU's Melanie Hannon must strike to give the Knights the win. It's going to have a chance. Mixes. Late trip of the 7. Just count now. That one took a while. Hannon showing a flair for the dramatics. Waiting for that 7 pin to fall, but now just 6 pins will give FDU enough. That is 6 and then some. All 3 in the 10th, 182 to 177. FDU wins the game and the match, 4-2 over Maryland Eastern Shore. Sam Houston State defeated Stephen F. Austin 4-1 in our other featured match. We already know one team who's going to be fighting for the title here on Bowl TV. That is Nebraska. They defeated Arkansas State 4-2. We still have 2 matches going on the low end of the house. Vanderbilt and McHenry. Vanderbilt up 3-2. That's over on 3 and 4. The other match on 1 and 2. So about just as far away as we can be from the action going on over there, but we'll at least turn the cameras that way, and you can follow along on the live score, and we'll chime in with updates just in case as well. But don't go too far. Championship round here at the 2017 Prairie View A&M Invitational coming up next here on Bowl TV. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Matt Cannizzaro. Thank you for joining us, but one more to go. Just got to figure out who's joining us in our title tilt.
All right, nice rally here for McKendree after going down 3-0 to Vanderbilt, coming back with games of 213 and 227. Down on lanes 3 and 4, trying to even this thing up and force a Game 7. McKendree open double to start. Vanderbilt strike spare. McKendree actually a frame ahead of the Commodores. But a one-pin match early here in game 6. All right, Vanderbilt leading by 1 after 3, but big double in the 4th and 5th to pull ahead even more. McKendree answers with a double of its own. Open in the first frame, the difference. Big shot here for Vanderbilt, looking for 3 in a row. Looks like a 3-6-10 from here. McKendree triples up. Momentum, Bearcats. 2-pin lead after 5. Tough spare on any condition here in this 36-footer. Three, 6-10, no problem. McKendree looking for 4 in a row here. And delivers. So now McKendree leads up 12 with the 4-bagger. Again, Vanderbilt leading 3-2 at this point. McKendree rallying to back-to-back wins after being down 3-0.
Looks like a 7-pin for Brianna Clemmer to end the Bearcats' string of strikes.
Vanderbilt with the open frame in the 7th. Looks like the 2-8 missed. A big advantage for McKendree now. Max score for Vanderbilt, 223. Spare here and a mark in the 10th with good count would do it for McKendree and force a game 7. Summer cleans up the 7 pin. Max for McKendree, 237 with all 3 in the 10th. Must strike for Vanderbilt. It's like another 3-6-10. 3-6 at least.
So just count here on the first shot would be enough for McKendree to force a deciding game 7.
How about those Bearcats just keep coming?
That's going to do it. Looks like they moved freshman. I don't want to get the names mixed up, but Taylor Bailey. There we go. I didn't want to say Bailey Taylor, but Taylor Bailey delivers the strike. And that's going to be enough. 217 already in the books. Most Vandy can get to is 213 with the spare in the last 4.
McKendree started 180, 169, 161. We didn't want to count them out entirely at that point. And now the 2-game, 3-game rally to even things up after Vanderbilt's hot start. McKendree will be in the 230s this game. So 3 big games. Figured something out, obviously. Last 3 games, 210, 227, 237. Vanderbilt taking his time here despite already being done. So we'll await the final score here for the Commodores, and then game 7 coming up next. If you're following along on the live scoring, that is down on lanes 3 and 4. Otherwise, this place relatively quiet. 2-12 finish for Vanderbilt. Game 7. About to be underway. Vanderbilt, the higher seed in that match, number 1 overall. So they'll have lane choice here for game number 7. The winner will earn the opportunity to take on 4-time defending champion Nebraska in the title match here on our featured pairs. Just a little while. The loser will fight Arkansas State for 3rd place.
Now, Matt, obviously these teams will get a few minutes of practice heading into the championship round, but for Nebraska, they've been sitting for probably 20 minutes already. Would you rather be the team bowling the game 7 and hoping to win? Or do you like being in that title match already, but knowing you're sitting around, you're not rolling the ball? You're going either way, catch a team that's going to have some momentum after a big Game 7 victory.
Well, I think they're all pretty good at being able to reset. They'll have some time to walk over to the next pair, and they'll get practice, as you mentioned. So I think that practice time should be enough. Obviously, there's the downside of not being as warm, but I think at the same time, perhaps some mental anguish here, being up, potentially for Vanderbilt being up 3-0, and then having to go to a Game 7, or for McKendree being down 3-0 and then rallying. Both probably mentally exhausting too. So I say these athletes are pretty good in both aspects, and I don't think what happened previously will have much impact on the championship match on a completely different pair of lanes.
Adele Warner delivers a strike, early double for Vanderbilt. Can McKendree's Jessica Malott answer back? She does. It's like a heavyweight bout here. Each team kind of getting to know the other in the opening rounds, and we've hit round 15. Punches are flying. 3 in a row for Vanderbilt. After Kristen Qua delivered, Lauren Pate for McKendree. Looks like just the 2-pin. The only match going on now at the International Training and Research Center. Here is Giselle Pass of Vanderbilt looking for 4 in a row. That is a spinning 8-pin. Doesn't appear to be a 10 with it, though. That's something I would do.
Big double for McKendree now. 4 out of the first 5 frames. Strikes for the Bearcats. Vanderbilt trying to match that effort.
This is their freshman, Maria Bolnova. Through the nose, at least the 3-6.
So 3-6-10 on the spare, so a couple pins and count there.
Ashley Gunn makes it 3 in a row for McKendree.
So an open frame for Vanderbilt. McKendree, all the momentum in this match. After being down 3-0, we're in game 7. The Bearcats lead by 23 at the halfway point. What started out as a strike-a-thon has gotten messy here for both teams. McKendree clean through 7 with 5 strikes, leading by 23. Vanderbilt won this event back in 2012, the inaugural edition. McKendree, first-time participants. Trying to complete a huge comeback and get to the championship match. Winner takes on Nebraska, trying to deny the Huskers a 5th consecutive win. Dynasty here at the Prairie View A&M Invitational.
Hard to argue with that type of record.
One more strike for the Bearcats, putting some serious pressure on Vanderbilt here. McKendree 2 frames ahead already. McKendree up in the 9th with the 9 count. 237 will be the max score. Vanderbilt still can get to 244, but McKendree will finish first.
Kristen Quah delivered a strike in the 3rd frame. Huge shot here for Vanderbilt.
Trips the 4-pin for the double, so still alive. Spare for McKendree. 10th frame coming up for the Bearcats. Cannot shut out Vanderbilt. So Giselle Pass up trying to keep the Commodore's hopes alive here. Working on a double, ninth frame. Trips the 4 as well for 3 in a row.
Talk about this moment. Coming down to the freshman, Taylor Bailey for McKendree, Maria Bolnova for Vanderbilt. Taylor up first, and based off that reaction, looks like a 10-pin.
226, best McKendree can do. .244, still out there for Vanderbilt.
So we'll see who steps up first. A strike essentially gets Vanderbilt into the 230s. If they did not strike, they would need a little bit of help from McKendree. Bolnova is going to go up next. You can see her far left of your screen on the approach. Strike puts Vanderbilt very close to a title match against Nebraska.
She did have the open frame in the 5th, 7 count. Great shot there though. The 7 won't go.
So now down to spare shooting.
And a missed 10-pin.
Vanderbilt still needs the conversion. Otherwise, McKendree can still advance, but you can hear a pin drop here right now.
Huge mistake there. 10-pin miss for the Bearcats. And they just sit and watch. Similar situation. 7-pin for Vanderbilt. All 12 teams looking on. This place is dead silent. Just clips the 7-pin. That thing was headed, looked like, for the gutter. Whew.
So now just count 3 pins. So stay behind the foul line, keep it on the lane. And the Commodores, after being up 3 games to none, sneak their way into the title match. Still ridiculously quiet here at the ITRC. Behind the foul line, pins. That's going to be enough. Vanderbilt, 4-3 victory.
Comes down to spare shooting. And the Commodores victorious. It'll be Vanderbilt, Nebraska. There's something we've said many times for the championship. Teams will be on the move, and we'll have that for you coming up next on lanes 9 and 10. It's going to be Vanderbilt and Nebraska for the title. And 11 and 12 will be McKendree and Arkansas State, bowling for 3rd place here at the 2017 Prairie View A&M Invitational. Matt Canizaro and Aaron Smith. We'll have that for you in just a moment. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll be right back.
Please hold up on your practice. Considers you're going to be shutting down. Please hold up on your practice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about ready for our final round of competition here at the 2017 Prairie View A&M Invitational at the International Training and Research Center in Arlington, Texas. This is Matt Canizaro alongside Aaron Smith, and we're about to hear our team cheers here as we get ready for the final best of 7 Baker matches right here in our featured pairs. We have the championship match between Nebraska and Vanderbilt, a rematch of the 2014 title tilt. Nebraska victorious in that event. Nebraska actually the 4-time defending champion here. Vanderbilt the only other winner, that coming in the inaugural edition in 2012. It's been all Huskers since. Nebraska looking for 5 in a row coming up in just a moment. Our other match today is going to be McKendree and Arkansas State, bowling for 3rd place. So these are the top 4 teams in the qualifying standings. And Nebraska defeated Arkansas State 4-2 in the first round. And McKendree and Vanderbilt went 7. Came down to spares in the 10th frame of Game 7. And Vanderbilt advanced to meet Nebraska. Our other matches this round, Stephen F. Austin and Maryland Eastern Shore to our left. They're in the 5 through 8 bracket. One pair over, Sam Houston and Fairleigh Dickinson bowling for 5th place. And then on the far end, bowling for 9th place, North Carolina A&T and Jackson State. Also in that bracket, Texas Southern and Prairie View. So again, right now our championship match happening on lanes 9 and 10 here at the ITRC. It is Nebraska and Vanderbilt rematch of 2014 best of 7 Baker match. That means each player will bowl 2 frames. They will switch lanes each game. And then should a Game 7 be necessary, top seed will get lane choice. Vanderbilt, the number 1 seed overall this year. Nebraska at number 2. And in our other match, Arkansas State, the higher seed at number 3. McKendree coming in number 4. All teams bowled 25 Baker games on Friday. That was 5 5-game matches. Then they bowled 6 traditional team games over 2 days, 5 on Saturday. 1 game this morning. Overall, those 11 matches count towards their season records. That will help them in their quest to earn an invite to the NCAA championships in April. And then with our 2 bracket rounds today, we'll have 13 matches total for the weekend. We'll have a recap for you later today on bowl.com and links to the final standings. That includes the individual standings. Jordan Richard of Arkansas State set the pace this week through 6 games. Shot 1289. Should be the tournament MVP. Joined on there by the top 5, or the next 4 averages overall for those 6 traditional games. So that's the rundown. Best of 7 Baker match for the title here in Nebraska and Vanderbilt. Nice pickup there for the Huskers after the double to start. Nebraska up 10 early here in game number 1. Nebraska defeated Arkansas State 4-2 after being up 3-1 in that match. Had a rough couple games there, and then battled back in the finale. Last year, on the way to a 4th consecutive win, Nebraska found itself down 2-0 and then 3-1 to Arkansas State before fighting back to win again for the 4th consecutive time. Now looking to maintain that dynasty status here with 5 in a row. Right now, 3 strikes in 4 frames for the Huskers and a 10-pin lead. Leadoff bowler bowls frames 1 and 6. Second bowler 2 and 7. 3 and 8, 4 and 9. And the anchor bowler, arguably the strongest of the group, will bowl 5 and 10. Some of these teams are essentially 5 anchor bowlers. They're that good. This is 11 of the top 25 in the country this year, based on the most recent coaches poll. And every national champion represented here in this 12-team field. NCAA polling got underway in 2004. We've had 6 champions in the year since. Nebraska leading the way. Huskers off to a hot start once again. 5 strikes in 6 frames here. A little bit faster pace than Vanderbilt. Their other match, Kentry single pin miss in the 5th. Trying to hold on to a slim lead at the halfway point here. Arkansas State can double up. They will take the advantage after 5. Nebraska staying clean. Already 8 frames in the books for the Huskers. Still get to 242. They're just gonna get it done and let Vanderbilt play catch up. Vanderbilt just 2 strikes through 6 frames here in our championship match.
We've seen that all week. Matt, Vanderbilt has kind of had a slower pace just in general. Very methodical group, and that's part of the reason why they're here in the championship match. But you're right, they're going to need to find a way to throw a few strikes in a row here. Spare's not going to do it.
Well, some teams say they just like to get up there and post the score and then let the other team know what they have to shoot, and sometimes that adds some extreme pressure, and then others like to know what they need. So it's all a preference thing here. You can see sorry about that scoreboard. I think I broke my leg on the table, but other than that, we're okay. Just have to make it through one more match. A couple of miscues here while we were not looking. 2 single pin misses, and that's kind of been the tale of the day here. That was the difference in the Vanderbilt-McKendree match. Came down to single pins in the 10th frame. McKendree missed, and Vanderbilt spared to advance out of game number 7. Strike here locks this first game up for Nebraska. Julie Bond looking to double up here in the 10th. Otherwise, Vanderbilt would have a chance to steal game 1. Bond rock solid this year. We've seen her at a variety of events, delivers once again. From the World Youth Championships to the U.S. Amateur Championship. Team USA member gets it done there for the Huskers. McKendree, despite 2 missed single pins and a split, get enough to win game number 1, 2-0-1. Best Arkansas State can do, 193 after the split in the 9th frame. Julie Bond finishes things up there for the Huskers, 220. And a 1-0 advantage here against top-seeded Vanderbilt. So 2-0-1, 193 to our right. Now the Huskers will wait. Vanderbilt gonna finish things up. So single pin in the 7th will be the difference here in game 1. Big effort to our left. Stephen F. Austin, defending national champions, 239. So Vandy, final shot coming up here, 211 max score. Will be down 1-0 to Nebraska in this championship match. If you missed any of the coverage from this weekend's event, you can visit youtube.com/BowlTV and see all rounds in the archives. Again, we'll have a recap for you this afternoon on bowl.com, along with links to all the final standings, and that includes individual results so you can see how your favorite players did this week. Five count on the fill, 2:22:06, opening game, title match.
Arkansas State looking to get out to an early lead here in game 2, 4-9 for McKendree, unable to convert. So the Red Wolves take the early upper hand, trying to even that match out, collect a third place finish for the week.
Vandy, Nebraska, even after one here. Huskers quest for 5 consecutive wins at the Prairie View A&M Invitational.
For some of these competitors, depending on what year they were in school, have come to this event each year, collected a title for the Huskers. That's a pretty telling stat there. Jasmine Mason, part of that group. Essentially any senior on the roster looking to finish off their career the same way it started, with a win here at the ITRC.
Well, we got two of the top-ranked teams in the country, Nebraska and Vanderbilt, and of course, their track records over the years speak volumes. Knotted up here early in game 2. Faster pace for Nebraska, so Vanderbilt likely going to be playing catch-up this entire best-of-7 match. Christine Qua unable to keep things even here. After 3 frames, Nebraska still perfect.
Here's Jasmine Mason. Spent some time on Junior Team USA. Collecting a few gold medals, looking for a shot to match, and trips the 4 in a row for Nebraska.
I mentioned last year the Huskers found themselves down 2-0 and 3-1 in the championship match. Fought back to keep that win streak alive here. I would think nobody likes that kind of situation or pressure. You just want to get up there and get it done matter-of-factly and quickly. Never leave any doubt. Both teams opened up our first round 3-0. Nebraska ended up winning 4-2. Vanderbilt won 7 games with McKendree. Came down to the final frame.
Julia Bond leaves the 4-pin in the 5th, so Nebraska no 300 this game, but off to a strong start. Gonna have the early edge here. Once again, just bowling at a faster pace in general continues to put pressure on their opponent in that manner. Especially if they keep striking. That's at that point you just know your window gets smaller and smaller each and every shot.
Well, I mean, if you just think about what's happening, you know, Nebraska basically bowling against lane 9 at this point. Whatever Vanderbilt does means absolutely nothing to the Huskers. If they go out there and bowl the best game they can and put up a number, and Vanderbilt is going to do the same thing. They're going to take their own pace. They're not going to worry about what Nebraska's doing. There's nothing. They're not changing lanes. They're not affecting each other at this point. It's just battling that one lane, and there's really nothing you can do if you even bother looking at your opponent's score. It could probably only be detrimental, make you press a little bit more or relax a little bit more, but if you just anchor down and do what you know how to do, so at that point, the pace being nothing more than a courtesy.
Fortunate just out of the 8-pin standing there. Bolnova got that one far to the right. Kendry can really get into a good spot here. 3 in a row. Brianna Clemmer looking to add one more strike in the 9th. Delivers. Pin advantage for the Bearcats of McKendree. As J.D. Scott Jones steps up for Arkansas State, trying to keep it at that. Great shot from J.D. Spent some time on Junior Team USA as well. 3 out of the 5 Red Wolves in the lineup right now. Haley Richard, J.D. Scott Jones, and we'll see Jordan Richard up in the 10th frame here. Past members of Junior Team USA. McKendree boasting some of that experience as well. 213, the max score for Arkansas State. Going to be less than that now, so McKendree's going to go up 2 games to nothing. Here looking to finish the day with a win and 3rd place overall in the event.
Nebraska, a big advantage here. Already in the 9th frame. Vanderbilt 2 frames back. But that early 4-bagger for the Huskers really set the tone here in game 2. Nebraska already up 1-0, 222.06 victory in the opener. Kendry finishes with the last 6 for 225. 193 back-to-back for Arkansas State. They'll switch lanes. McKendree up 2-0. Nice spare conversion there for Vanderbilt. 234 max for the Commodores.
Julia Bond can double in the 10th and shut out. Moving Nebraska 1 win closer to a 5th consecutive title here at the Prairie View A&M Invitational.
She did it last game, doubled in the 10th, and Vanderbilt 2 frames behind, didn't have a chance to do anything at that point.
Gonna need a little less now. 223 now the max score with the conversion. So just a spare for Bond with some decent count. Would seal the deal. There's a strike, 5 pins will be enough. To outdistance Vanderbilt here in game 2. So Nebraska really flipping the script off of what we saw last year. Down 0-2, now up 2-0. Definitely looking to make it a little bit easier on themselves this year and a lot less dramatic for us here on Bowl TV.
Low scoring match down on the far side. Sam Houston 148, Farley Dickinson 139. Tough pair, looks like.
But a win's a win.
Down on 5 and 6. Yes, a win is a win. Those teams bowling for 5th place. And of course, this match also important to the overall season record for these teams. So you're right, a win. Pretty significant here for the overall big picture. Nebraska finishes with 236. Vandy will wrap up game 2 and be down 2-0.
For Vanderbilt, they haven't bowled bad in these 2 losses, just not enough. 206 in the first one, they can get to 223 still. So you know you're striking, just gotta find a way to strike 1 or 2 more times.
Final shot coming up for Vanderbilt here in game 2. And McKendree out to a quick, hot start against Arkansas State here. Already up 2-0 as well.
.236 to 222, the final tally. Nebraska up 2 games to 0 over Vanderbilt for the championship here. The 2017 Prairie View Invitational at the International Training and Research Center. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Matt Cannizzaro. Emil Williams Jr. in attendance as well, keeping an eye on us. Standing room only at the ITRC, packed house. Waiting to see who's going to take home that title. Nebraska 2 wins away. Vanderbilt, after getting off to a 3-0 start against McKendree in the semifinal round, has lost 5 out of its last 6 matches. So what do the Commodores have to do here to get that momentum back in their favor? Have been bowling well, just haven't been able to knock over enough against Nebraska.
And Vandy with the split to start. Nebraska back to its striking ways, not letting up. Great turnout today, Aaron, here on Bowl TV for the final round of the 2017 Prairie View A&M Invitational. We appreciate everybody tuning in for some top NCAA women's bowling competition.
We even have the world famous Stephanie Johnson in attendance today, checking up on her good friend Shannon O'Keefe. Team Shafani back together once again.
Quick regroup for McKendree after the open frame in the 6th. Chance for ASU to tie this thing up here with a double. Nebraska still striking perfect through 3. All right, so back-to-back opens now for McKendree, opening the door a little bit for ASU this game. Nebraska not looking to back down. But the split for Julia Bond, 5-7 after 4 in a row to start. Vanderbilt with the split as well, though. Great pickup for Bond. That's why she's the anchor solid. Great at throwing strikes when she needs them. Makes the spares the big moment there.
Arkansas State's going to have the chance to shut out here. Jordan Richard gets the first one after J.D. Scott Jones delivered the strike in the 9th. Max score for McKendree, 193. Decent count should be enough here on the fill ball to get Arkansas State their first win. Jordan Richard looking knocked down enough. Strike more than plenty there to get the job done. Red Wolves now down 2-1.
Nebraska well ahead as we cross the halfway point of Game 3 of 2-0 over Vanderbilt in this rematch of the 2014 title match. Nebraska, 4-time defending champ. Obviously won that meeting. (2-11) for Arkansas State. Notch one for the Red Wolves. Best McKendree can do 181, but the Bearcats will lead 2-1 in this battle for third place. .179 for McKendree. Game 4 coming right up on 11 and 12 here at the ITRC. Nebraska clean through 7 here on 9 and 10. Looking to go up 3-0 in this championship bout.
Nebraska just needs to stay clean. Decent count would be enough. A few spares here in the 9th and the 10th. Max score for Vanderbilt, 222 if they throw the last 6 strikes. Nebraska on a 226 pace. There's one. Never know. Jasmine Mason can put them one step closer as the 10-pin falls late.
Aaron, it's been pretty entertaining watching this duo of Jasmine Mason and Julia Bond throughout 2016. Started here at the Prairie View A&M Invitational last January, and then spending a week with them at the World Youth Championships in Lincoln, Nebraska, in their hometown, stepping up in front of their hometown fans. And now you had the chance to see Julia at the Team USA trials, but now doing what they do. And you'll get one more chance, most likely, at the NCAA National Championship event coming up in April.
It's been a very impressive run for this duo. As you mentioned, they've kind of gotten to fall into these roles as the team leaders. They both started. Jasmine now a senior, Julia a junior. They had a young lady by the name of Liz Culkin to rely on, kind of holding down that anchor spot as they got familiar with the system, got familiar with college bowling, and definitely two very talented players in their own right. And now they've found a way to lead this team. As that will do it. The washout conversion will give them enough to go up 3-0. But they've had the chance to learn from one of the best. We've seen Liz Culkin throw some amazing shots when she's needed them right here in this building. And now they're taking what they learned from her, learned from this great coaching staff, Bill Straub and Paul Klempa. And for Jasmine, looking to, this would be her last Prairie View A&M Invitational, and she does not look ready to know what second place feels like here.
Vandy putting together a string at the end of game 3 here. But just not enough against this tough Nebraska team. Julie Bond strikes on the field, 233. And a 3-0 lead. This performance by Vanderbilt would have been great in any other match of the week. They're up against the Red Hot Huskers right now, and not much more they can do. A couple splits here in game 3, the difference.
Vanderbilt has definitely found a way to strike each of these games, as you said, Matt. But 689 for 3 games for Nebraska, so they're averaging just under 230, which impressive alone individually, but as a team, that's a recipe that few are going to have the opportunity to best. But Vanderbilt's going to be once again in the 220s here with good count. It'll be 650 with a strike. That's right around 216, 217 a game. As you said, that's going to win most of the time. But they need to find a way to put some pressure early on against Nebraska.
All right, good momentum for Vanderbilt though. Commodores bowling their own game there, 222 again, back to back. Nothing much you can do, and your opponent won't stop striking.
That's how it felt when we bowled league together back in the day. Just no matter what I did, my best day was never as good as a Matt Cannizzaro day.
Refuse to let you young kids show me up.
But 3-0, Nebraska now 1 win away from their 5th consecutive Prairie View A&M title here at the ITRC. What's Vanderbilt have left?
If Nebraska keeps doing this though, another team's going to stop coming at some point.
You keep saying that, but this is a few years in a row I've heard that line.
I know, right? The other teams seem to keep getting better and better, though. We saw the field from year 1, seriously increase in talent, and now we've got the top 7 teams in the rankings among the 12 participants here, 11 in the top 25. Nebraska just unstoppable when it gets down to this bracket portion.
Start off with a strike there, and I think that's a great point too, Matt. There's, for a while on the NCAA side, there was the Nebraskas, the Vanderbilts, and then there was kind of a drop-off after that. You know, you saw at Central Missouri, very good program as well, Fairleigh Dickinson, but there were always kind of that top tier of teams, and then there was a drop-off. That drop-off is gone. These teams across the board have gotten much better. Any one of these teams could certainly compete with compete at the highest level here, and we've seen that as well. Just looking across, some new teams making it to the forefront here on their way to winning national titles. Stephen F. Austin, most recently in 2016. Sam Houston in 2014. So the room at that top spot getting a little crowded. Definitely some great teams out here, great competitors. And as you mentioned, it's going to be exciting in Baton Rouge in April. As we find out who's going to be on top of the NCAA world in 2017. Early open for Nebraska. Haven't seen too many of those from the Huskers in this championship round. Can the Commodores build an early lead here? Take the early advantage with the conversion. Arkansas State putting some distance between them and McKendree here. Hopes of evening up this match. Turn it into a 3-game sprint.
It's looking okay for Arkansas State now. Trying to even things up against McKendree. McKendree struck in the first, but hasn't since. Play not over yet. McKendree still a couple frames behind. Vandy up 10 on Nebraska early here in elimination game.
.205 max score for Arkansas State. 212 still available for McKendree. 2 frames behind. It's going to become a little bit less as Lauren Pate leaves the 245. 199 now the max score. But even with good count here, McKendree's going to have to find a way to double. They've only thrown 1 strike. Arkansas State just starting with 5 out of the first 6, 3 out of 4 splits. Can Brianna Clemmer get it going here for McKendree? Spares won't do it here. There's one. Taylor Bailey will need the first strike in the 10th and count. Otherwise, we'll be all tied up at 2.
Things definitely changed quickly for Arkansas State. Struck in 5 of the first 6 frames, and then the wheels kind of fell off. Opening the door for McKendree. A few tough spares in there, and now with a chance to win this game.
Taylor Bailey trips the 4. Just count now. Will do the trick.
Nebraska unable to double here in game 4. The difference in this game, Vanderbilt able to put a couple together, but the open frame there for both teams now. Nobody wants to win game 4 here in the Nebraska-Vanderbilt match. Swing up and miss for the Huskers. Opportunity lost.
8 will be enough for McKendree. And there's 8. So they're going to go up 3-1 against Arkansas State. Looking to secure a 3rd place finish here in their first trip to the Prairie View.
Spare here for Vanderbilt. Gives the Commodores a slight advantage after 6 frames here in what could be the final game of this event. Nebraska opportunity to double up here for the first time in this game. Does not. 3-6, 9-10. Tough spare.
Vanderbilt unable to cover. So through 6, they are even. So a strike spare from Vanderbilt. We're still potentially all tied up. We'll see what Kelly Belzeski does on the 3-6, 9-10 attempt.
We saw some big scores in this match. 220s and 230s. And all of a sudden, it's hard to get 9 or better. Another open frame for Nebraska. It's getting sloppy out there, Mr. Smith.
We could talk about sloppy joes later, Matt. Possibly for lunch, but we got some unfinished business here first.
Both teams losing their look here on lanes 9 and 10 at the ITRC. Game 5 underway on 11 and 12. McKendree up 3-1. Nebraska looking to eliminate Vanderbilt here and win a 5th consecutive title. Who wants it more between Nebraska and Vanderbilt? Jasmine Mason. Strike in the 9th, 184 max. Julia Bond gonna step up. Vanderbilt still would have a chance to win this game.
Warner converts the 6-10. So Vanderbilt still 2 frames behind. Nebraska wasting no time to get up in the 10th. Seen Julia Bond do that a lot in the past few years. First made her way on the national scene with a win at Junior Gold in 2013. Was named the most outstanding player at the 2015 NCAA National Championships, helping lead the Huskers to their 5th national title. Most recently, the win at the U.S. Amateur earlier this month to earn her spot on Team USA for the first time after spending a few years on the junior squad. Can push Nebraska into the 180s.
Didn't really have a doubt that she was going to step up and deliver. Now it's up to Vanderbilt.
They're going to need a double. This is pretty similar to what we just saw a few games ago in our previous match. Spare's not going to cut it for the Commodores. After seeing the scoring pace be pretty high for those first 3 games. Vanderbilt just needs to find a way to double now. 182 in the books for Nebraska. 195 max for Vanderbilt. Giselle Pass has bowled well this entire event. Needs a strike now here in the 9th. Not out of it, but the window has gotten smaller. Vanderbilt must convert the spare. They'll need all 3 in the 10th from freshman Maria Bolnova. Otherwise, make it 5 in a row for Nebraska. In the books, 182. Max score for Vanderbilt with the spare, 183. McHenry looking for 4 in a row here. Ashley Dunn stepping up, looking to close out their match against Arkansas State. Record a 3rd place finish. Here at the Prairie View.
Impressive start here for McKendry. 5 of the first 6 frames. Strag's trying to get this one over with. Win here gives the Bearcats 3rd place finish. Arkansas State not backing down, striking to 4th. J.D. Scott Jones. Big moment here though for Vanderbilt. Must double at least to still have life. All 3 go to game 5. Double at 9 will have a tie. Anything less, Nebraska winner. To stay alive.
Gonna have a chance. There's one.
Great pressure situation shot.
We saw Bolnova spare in game 7 of the semifinals. Knowing she needed it, converted the 7-pin to put her team in this position. Does she have one more quality shot saved up this weekend?
Each shot bigger than the next. Got to have all 3 to force another game. 2 and 9. Still good enough. Bill Williams Jr. getting the bonus footage here, because he is significantly taller than everybody else here. Huge shot.
He's gonna have to hustle. Not gonna roll the 2. Nebraska wins its 5th consecutive Prairie View A&M Invitational. Sweeping Vanderbilt of 4 games to nothing. Congratulations to Bill Straub and company. His ladies putting on a impressive performance here. They're going to walk away with this title for the 5th consecutive time. Great week for Vanderbilt, but not enough here in the finals. Bowled well each game, just not enough Nebraska 220 to 206, 236 to 222, 233 to 222, and 182 to 173 here in the finals for the sweep. We're just about done with our third place match here to our right. McKendree looking to finish this weekend off the right way. I think at 280. Already in the 260s here. That's going to be enough. So Arkansas State will settle for fourth. Great 269 finish for McKendree. They're going to finish third place this year at the Prairie View in their first visit to the event. Going to collect a victory to wrap things up as well. Definitely some heartbreak for the Bearcats in the semifinals against Vanderbilt, having a chance to win it in game number 7. Find some redemption here against Arkansas State. So we'll let the Red Wolves finish up here, and then that's going to do it for our coverage here on Bowl TV. You'll have a recap and more later tonight after we hand out some trophies and more. Final tally 211 for Arkansas State. They're going to finish up fourth this week. So talk about some great performances as always at this event. But Nebraska, like clockwork, records its 5th consecutive win. Vanderbilt, second place, great week for them. McKendree will take third, Arkansas State fourth. Check out bowl.com later tonight for a full recap. Also, the Sport of Bowling USBC Facebook page and on Twitter at USBC. We'll link to the story there as well. So we'll let the man with a plan who knows how to finish off a broadcast do his thing. Take it away, Matt Cannizzaro.
All right, folks. Well, we had a great time. Hope you did too. Another exciting year here at the Prairie View A&M Invitational. In the books, we'll have a wrap up for you momentarily, as Aaron Smith mentioned. We do appreciate everybody tuning in. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. Check out bowl.com for the recap later tonight. Folks, that's all I can say. That's the news for now. We'll see you on the lanes.